What was Grayson's main beef with the Republicans? They're not doing anything. In the famous they want people to die and they want them to die quickly speech, the beginning part of the speech was about how the Republicans had these sheets of paper during Obama's speech to the Congress and that had their health care plan on it. So Grayson was curious what it was, and he went to go check it out, and he found out that the paper was blank. And he's like, so that's your plan? A blank piece of paper? And in essence, that is their plan, right? And they say now that Grayson has attacked him, oh, no, you don't understand. We've got a lot of substantive things that we're proposing. Well, a couple of people have been covering very closely the Finance Committee hearings, and Republicans have offered a number of different amendments. Timothy Noah has been covering them for Slate, and he had found this amazing amendment that Grassley introduced where he wanted to have a public option for health care insurance companies so that if they ran out of money, that the government would give them money. Not us. No, we don't get to have a public option. But a bailout for those companies in advance, a preemptive bailout? Well, the Republicans are in favor of that. Well, Dana Milbank for the Washington Post has also been covering the hearings, and he has other specific proposals that the Republicans, I should say, have put forward. You ready for these? All right. Well, Chuck Grassley, again, put together F1 modified amendment. What was that? You're going to be shocked to find out something else that helps the healthcare industry, but there's a nice little twist to it. It's $7 billion a year in fees that the government would normally charge private health insurance companies. He wants to take that money and give it back to the private insurance companies, but he's got to pay for it somehow. So who's he going to take it from? Reducing benefits to poor people and legal immigrants. He's going to cut Medicaid, and he's going to cut any kind of relief to legal immigrants. Gee, isn't that humanitarian? I mean, it is literally, Milbank talked about this a little bit, or referred to it. It's a reverse Robin Hood. He's like, well, look, we've got ideas here on the Republican side, okay? We plan to take $7 billion from the poor and legal immigrants. Legal, illegal. You know how Republicans always say, oh, no, we're in favor of legal immigration. You just don't want illegal immigration. My ass. Oh, if you're a legal immigrant to this country, we're going to take money from you and give it to the private health insurance companies. All right. So now we get a sense of where they're going. I got more for you. Hatch Amendment F7. This is goes along the lines of absurd. Transition relief for the excise tax on high-cost insurance plans for any state with a name that begins with the letter U. Which state would that be? Oh, right, Utah, where Orrin Hatch is from. So he says, I just don't want the excise tax coming from my state. Now, I think he's being a little tongue-in-cheek there, okay, because he's against this overall. But these are not serious amendments. Are you kidding me? Is the reaction to almost all of them. Here we go. Kyle Amendment D6, an amendment to protect the First Amendment rights of, no, not Americans, of health plans. So healthcare providers, the actual companies, they have to be protected. Grassley wants to give them $7 billion, let alone the preemptive bailout. Okay, Orrin Hatch wants to make sure that no excise tax from the high-end insurance premiums get taken from his state. And now Kyle is saying, hey, listen, let's make sure they have First Amendment rights. Okay? Why? So they can spend money, freedom of speech, spend money in attack ads to try to kill healthcare reform. You see how this goes? All right, Orrin Hatch with another set of amendments. Well, one of them makes sense, make sure that no money goes to supporting physician-assisted suicide. Now, that's a whole different issue, but here's what's clear. It already does not go to physician-assisted suicide in this plan. So, hey, you know what? You want me to agree to a Republican amendment? Check. Agreed. If I happen to disagree on that issue, which I do, we can take that up another time. But this plan never addressed physician-assisted suicide in the first place, right? So another irrelevant amendment. His second amendment on that note, $50 million for abstinence education. This is your plan. This is your plan to fix healthcare in America. People are getting denied because of pre-existing conditions and rescission and et cetera, 47 million uninsured, and you want to waste more money on abstinence education. That's your plan. When it has been shown over and over again, it doesn't work. The states that teach abstinence education the most have the highest teen pregnancy rates. All right, but what does it have to do with healthcare? I mean, look, if you had given us real proposals, and that was a tiny part of it, okay. But that's your main, so far out of all those, that was the most substantive one. All right, it goes on. Kyle Amendment D9. This gets even worse and worse. He wants to prevent, you ready for this? He wants to prevent cost effectiveness research. That's a quote. No cost effectiveness research. We wouldn't want things to be cost efficiently and effectively. I mean, we would want less effectiveness, right? But it involves research. You don't want that. All right, and then he's not alone. Grassley had Amendment D3 that wanted to eliminate funding for, quote, comparative effectiveness research. They don't want to find out what works. These amendments rob the poor to pay for the rich, protect the healthcare companies, and don't want to find out what's actually cost effective. By the way, why? Why don't they want to find out? Because the insurance companies love it when they make more money from really ineffective stuff, because it's just bloated. And I'm sorry, not the insurance companies in that case, but they jack up the premiums. But the other healthcare providers, they're like, oh, you want more tests? Who cares if it's cost effective? Every time you do a test, I get paid, let alone the pharmaceutical companies, et cetera, et cetera. Have you heard any amendments so far that is addressed towards you, the American people? None, right? So far, almost all of these amendments have been protecting the companies, none protecting you, none addressing the real healthcare issues in America. I keep busting you up all night long, and I'm going to. John Ensign from Nevada, Amendment C10, an amendment in the middle of healthcare debate on, quote, transparency in czars. This is this Glenn Beck Fox News nonsense about czars and et cetera, et cetera. These people are goofballs. They're a waste of time. That's what they are. And by the way, that's exactly right. That's what they want to do. They're like, whoa, we had 300 amendments we proposed. Yes, to waste time to try to make sure that health care doesn't get passed. No reform gets passed. No bill gets passed. So they're like, oh, wait, I got another one. Nothing about health care. No, we don't want to address that. Well, protect the corporation. Okay, czars. Glenn Beck told me about czars. Transparency is czars. Who cares? Just put it out there. Waste some time. Along those lines, Amendment F4, also from Ensign, to strike the word fee everywhere it appears in the bill and replace it with the word tax. You think these amendments might be a little political and not really substantive? And second of all, they're fees. They're not taxes. Those are two different words. They mean two different things, you moron. So, if you're out there and you think, hey, you know what, I don't like the idea that I'm paying all this money to these insurance companies, and my premiums went up 119% in just the last 10 years, and when I get sick, I might not even be covered. They might turn around and say, oh, rescission, sorry, we decided your treatment was too expensive, we're not going to pay for it, and we're going to come up with some excuse. You don't like that, right? Do you think the Republicans are here to help you? Does it sound like they're here to help you? No, they're here to help the people who pay them, the healthcare companies. And if you're conservative and you think these Republicans are conservative and on your side, no. And it's so ironic because all those conservatives are like, oh, these politicians, they're terrible and they're in the back pockets of the lobbyists and the corporations. Yeah, oh, your politicians, most of all. It's not like the Democrats aren't. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them are. The majority of them are. Well, the majority, you can at least have a debate on the Democratic side. The Republican side, every single one of them. If you think that the politicians are people who are bought and sold, and you're a Republican, you make no sense whatsoever. Every amendment is to protect the corporations. They're picking your back pocket, you don't even know it.